Established in 2000 with 6 school-based nurseries located within Louisiana's coastal zone, there are now more than 40 schools across 17 parishes participating in the Coastal Roots Seedling Nursery Program. The mission of Coastal Roots is to educate both teachers and students about the issues of coastal stewardship and sustainability, and to have them actively participate in coastal habitat restoration through a native species planting on a small part of our coast. Each student-managed Coastal Roots school-based plant nursery produces native plants for use in coastal restoration plantings. Students managing these nurseries oversee the entire growth cycle of the plants, from seed germination to the planting of one-year-old seedlings or grass plugs on their annual restoration trip. This video showcases the uniqueness of this particular planting site and its restoration needs, while providing students with a better understanding of the value of their restoration work.
I'm Bernard Tattoo, work for Avery Island, and I've been on the islands roughly about 40 years, and I've been working for Avery Island for about 20. Coastal Roots been coming out to Avery Island, I want to say about 12 years, give us so maybe 2. Coastal Roots been coming out, and the kids been getting, I want to say it's like 3 to 4 different schools been coming out to do planting, and we've been putting them in areas that we no longer want to mow. They actually put calibers on the trees to measure every year, and they were doing GPS tagging so they can come out and see the progress of the trees. And before that, we had a bear restoration group that was coming out. And it started out, we had a gap area, which we call on the island, and the black bear actually, that was the area to cross, and there's a corridor, because the rest of the island has fence line. And that area right there was opened up for the bears to come across. So we started planting trees after the oil production stopped to bring it back to the natural look. Avery Island maintains this property, and we're concerned about storms and then damage to the trees above us. So it creates like a natural windscreen. And then on top of that, you don't have to worry about cutting the grass. So that saves us money. And not only that, it creates a natural food source for the wildlife that's on the island. Well, in this location, I'm trying to protect the island from storms. Not only that, we get storm surges and we have to worry about erosion. And then on top of that, it's less area we have to mow. So that cuts down our costs of keeping the island up. Not only manpower, I don't have to have as many so my man hours go down, my fuel costs goes down. Oh, it's just a win-win. You know, a lot of these trees they are planting are nut bearing. So then it creates a natural food source. And all this at one time was forest. We cut it all down to put something in. So now we're bringing it back to the natural state, which keeps the deer. And if you look around, there's no browse lot. So we put out probably 30 acres of food plots a year. So that also, I can cut back on that when these trees actually start dropping a food source. So that's another expense I won't have to put out. Because before we were having, look like a goat that came through. You could look through the woods and the deer had browsed so high up you can see through the woods. But we've actually put in different crops, different food sources. And the deer have actually gotten, I want to say, I would find sheds, it might have been 3/4 of an inch at the base. Now they're about 1.25 inches. So the health of the deer herd's a lot better too.